Good evening, everyone. So, welcome back. My name is Keandra. I am the owner of the Bomb Mentoring Group, Bold Operations for Managing Business. You can find us on our website at thebombmentoring.com. Go ahead and invite your friends, invite your family. We are talking business. I know I did a live earlier today, and man, it was a day, but I'm back in the office. I am feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be back in the office because we were not, of course, able to do the things that we wanted to do earlier today. And if you did not see my live from earlier, I suggest that you go ahead and take a look at the live because today was a day. So I'm getting Instagram live started here, guys, as well. So welcome. Please like, share. Make sure you put your notifications on so that you know when we are coming on, and share with your friends. So we're going to get right into it because I want to watch Bobby Brown tonight, y'all. So we're going to get right into it. So today we're discussing brands and types of brands. There actually are more than the three that we're going to talk about today, but today we're going to discuss three. And we're really going to talk about what type of brand you are so that you can understand how to address your market, how to effectively address your market. Let's say that. Again, my name is Keandra. I am the owner of the Bomb Mentoring Group, which is Bold Operations for Managing Business. So here's the thing. We're going to talk about three. Now, with these three that we talk about, the types of brands, there are more than these three. So, I don't want to hear, oh my gosh, you only gave three. There are more than these three, but we'll talk about it. So what type of brand are you? Are you a luxury brand? Are you a service brand? Or are you a pure value brand? Or are you all of them combined? You could be a luxury brand that has value and service. Some people and some organizations are really just value driven or service driven or very luxury type brands. When I say luxury type brands, their pricing is luxury, their style is luxury, their clientele is on a higher level. So there isn't a lot of, they may give some value, but they don't give a whole lot of value. It's like, you have to understand, it's almost like Bentleys and those type of cars. It's like, if you want it, you can come get it. We're not doing anything to advertise. We're not sharing. We're not helping. If you want it, come and get it and come and buy it. So that's what we look at when we look at a luxury brand. Service brands, all they're doing is giving you a service. So if you look at local organizations who help, I know my neighbor was telling us about there's a building that I've been living in this area for 10 years and didn't even know this building, but there's a building that helps people if they are trying to get help with their mortgages, if they have bills that need to be, they need help with their bills, they do things like that. So she was telling me because the other neighbor found it. So, that whole neighborhood jargon. And so we're talking, and so we know what services are in our area. So that would be a service brand. They're just giving a service. You don't see a lot of information about it. You don't see a lot of flyers, but word of mouth will let you know that that's a service brand. So again, that we're talking about three types of brands. There are more types of brands, but here are the three main ones we'll talk about: the luxury brand, the service brand, and the value brand. And we'll talk about four because you can be a combination of them all. So if you're a brand that just gives value, there's no luxury to it. They're just giving you information. They're just feeding you information. They may not even have too many services. They're just giving you value, as much value as they can to help you out. So I have a friend who, she does not want to have a business that has, hey, Latanya, she doesn't want to have a business that has products and services, but she's a connector. So she wants to just bring value to other people. So she's going to start a website that has information on, okay, you're looking for this, here's some people. You're looking for this. Of course, my mind is like, you can charge for advertising, you can do this, you can do that. And she's more like, no, I just want to give to the people in the world. And I'm like, fine, do what you do. So she's more of a value-based brand. Now, if you look at, like, when I begin to look at my brand, okay, we have a little bit of everything. We have the luxury, our style, the way we do things, the way we house our events are very luxury driven. I play no games when it comes to that. Our services, we do have services. We have services, books, products. We are coming out with some other products really, really soon. Excited about that for you guys. And value, we give value. We give value on a complimentary basis, which is what we're doing here, and also on a paid basis. So we mix all of those brands. You can do that. But there are some brands that are like, listen, we are luxury, we're top notch. I'm not giving you no free information. Don't come in my group. You can only get in my group if it is paid. There is no free nothing. That is more of what you call a luxury brand. And again, that's perfectly fine. I aspire at one point to become a luxury brand. That's what we want to do. We want to have that value. But then also you have to look at, if you are going to be a luxury brand, hey, LaShawn, if you're going to be a luxury brand and you're going to do that, if you're going to bring value to someone, you have to continuously bring the value. I forgot my Instagrammers are over here. Hey guys, you have to consistently bring value to your market. Now, here's the question. I'm going to talk to you about the question that we had, which was funny. So I hope that helped. In our mastermind, we're going to really dig deep into the types of brand that people are and really figure out where you're going so that you can market properly to the correct people. Because a lot of times it is not that your marketing is bad. It is not that you're not saying the right things. You're saying the right things to the wrong people. How about that? You're saying the right things, but to the wrong people. You know, so that's what we really want to help you do, really hone that in. But our question, and again, if you have a business question that you'd like us to discuss, a topic on one of our lives, please inbox me and I will make sure. I won't call you out, people. I won't say, you know what, so-and-so said this. No, we're not doing that. We're just repeating the question and the answer so that you'll have it. So the question was, my fear is talking to people. How do I overcome that in business? Okay, so I need to have my best friend Tori on here one day for her to really tell you guys. Hey Stan, he said, that's good. Yes, you have to know your target market. And I didn't talk to people. Like, my best friend was the, hey, we going to the grocery store, and home girl would talk to anybody and everybody. We're standing in a line. She basically at this point have all of those people's they names, you know, their grandkids, they great grandchildren, you know, where the roots came from of their family, like all of that. That was her. And I would be standing there like this. So as I began to grow in business and as I began to grow in life, one day she said to me, she said, I got a question for you. I've been watching your lives. When did you start talking this much? You have never talked this much. And so I laughed. But here's the thing. In business, you need people. So you do have to talk to people. People are going to be what helps support you, whether it's service, if they're purchasing or they're helping you. You got to talk to people. Listen, people, I used to, and let me tell you something. I don't do girls. I don't do crowds. Dudes can kick rocks. I ain't got time. Like, I was that girl. Like, I was that chick. Like, for real. Don't come at me. No sideways. You're going to get all of this and everything. For real, for real. And see, even when I was in the beauty industry in the beginning, I was the same way. Like, very short, very like, people was like, oh, she mean or she nasty. It wasn't that. I ain't talk to people like that. But here's what you have to do. Here's what you have to realize. One, like Stan said, you got to talk to more people. But the thing is you don't know how to communicate. So I would then take some communication. Let's read some books on communication, positive communication, effective communication. Also, place yourself in places where you can talk about your brand. What happens is people go to networking events and they don't fit in because, one, you're not comfortable with your brand. You don't really know who you are and what you do and why you're doing it in an effective way that could jargon a true conversation. So a lot of the topic is not that you don't like to talk to people. You just don't know what to talk to them about because you're not secure in who you are and what you do and why you do it as of yet. So that's one thing. Now, the third thing would be is you just need people. You need people, so you're going to have to talk. So what did I do to overcome this? What did I do? So I couldn't stand networking. And if you know me, you'll know that I say that all the time. I cannot stand networking. I do not do networking. You can just don't want to do it, right? So what did I do? I created an event, a yearly event called our Speed Networking Event. Leading up to the event, we go ahead and we send out emails about communication, about understanding your market, about helping people prepare their speech for the event. And then we have the event. And what do? We help people talk to other people. So they have a certain amount of time, they have to talk to people. And it's a very elegant event. It's not cheesy at all. It's really, really nice. And I make sure that it's a comfortable event. Yes, and you do have to get out of the place of comfort. And that's a great point, Sam. What we have to understand too is in business it's going to get uncomfortable. But once we're clear, let me tell you something. You will talk to more people when you're confident about what you know and what you do. It's just that simple. Think about the things that you do know. Okay, so if I'm talking to a group of people and I may not know them, but one of them says, hey, I want to know more about hair color. I was a color specialist when I did hair. That's what I did. Cut, color, and relaxer. I got you. Like, it was on. And so I could house, if the conversation drove towards hair, yes, we could talk about it all day long. I would even, if I was with my best friend, because it was something I was comfortable with. But what we have to understand is in business, you're not always going to be comfortable. And the more that you talk to people, the better that it will get. We have to get out of that childish mind. I don't talk to people. I've been this way all my life. Well, you won't have a business. Okay? You won't, especially. And it's the way that you talk to people. I was a very harsh person, and I still am. I'm not harsh to the point where I am nasty to people, but I say what I mean, and I mean what I say, and it is what it is. But I used to be harsh and nasty because that's just how I grew up. It was like, we come in, okay, well, what? You can't run a business like that. How are you going to be nasty to the people who you're supposed to order from you? That's absolutely ironic and crazy. At the end of the day, we have to grow up in business and realize that it has absolutely nothing to do with us, but our business. Do you think, let's look at Nike, let's look at Walmart, let's look at these other brands. Do you honestly think that these people got their businesses to the place that they were just being straight butt faces to people all day long? That's just crazy. So we have to get to a place where we're just ready to grow. And you cannot grow without talking to people. You have to. How can you get speaking events if you don't talk to people? How can you do these things? So just to wrap everything up, the question today was, my business fear is talking to people. How do I overcome that? You have to begin to do it. Place yourself in atmospheres that make you talk. Go to classes, go to communication classes. Do those things that make you communicate, that make you step out. Because if you don't, you'll stay stagnant and you won't make any money. The point of being in business is to make money. People act like it's a game. Oh, I just love to do this. Yeah, but you want to make some money doing it. Yes, it's your purpose, but you got bills to pay. So what are the things you got to do what you want to do in life? Like, you have to step outside of you. Here's what I want to share with you. Yes, you are a brand. Yes, it is your brand. But let me tell you something. You cannot intertwine your negative personality traits into your brand and expect it to succeed. And that doesn't have to be like, I'm just a nasty person. That negative trait could simply be that you're a procrastinator, that you don't handle money right, all of those things. So, guys, I am so thankful for you guys joining. Remember, we will be back on this week. Thank you for everybody who inboxed me and commented on my little riff today on Facebook, honey. I had a time, Instagram. I had a time. So let's look at some comments. If you have any questions, please put them in here. Let's look and see what we have. LaShawn says, some of us talk too much. We give up our services before they even sign up. That's what I'm learning to pull back from. Oh, yeah, that's good, LaShawn. We get so excited about our services and we talk too much. Well, that's how you learn how to guide a conversation. And that's something we can talk about on one of these lives. I need to write that down, how to guide a conversation. So the thing is we have to let people tell you what they need, and then you fill in the blanks, LaShawn, is really what you have to do. Don't tell people what you think they want to hear. Just give little tidbits and then allow them to ask more. So if I say, hey, we help businesses build solid business relationships from the first touch point on. So then that's all I'm saying to you. Okay, then the next question would be like, what's a touch point? What do you mean? I am a business relationship specialist. I realize that I am really good at helping to look at the relationship of an experience with the consumer from the beginning to the end. Your marketing, your branding, your website, your first touch point, whether it's live, Instagram, Facebook, what that looks like for people, and building that relationship on. So good question. Or good comment. Sam says, that's true. Increase your belief in your brand and your business. Successful people who are passionate about what they do develop your people skills. You said it so well. Just do it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Gail. Good to have you. Open-ended replies. Absolutely. Just, you know what? Give them an opportunity to ask a question. Because sometimes we'll feed them information that they don't need. That is way too much, and it's so over their head that now they're consumed with so much, they don't even know what they need from you. Because they're like, shoot, she could do, everything. So let them tell you what they need, and then you provide. That's one of the things that we do during our consultations. It's a very guided consultation. I've actually worked very hard at doing that. And I think that's all the questions. I don't see any questions on Instagram. Thank you guys for joining. Listen, we are doing a 6-week online mastermind. It's called Pick It Back Up. If you need clarity in your brand, if you need accountability, I'm excited because this is something that I usually do one-on-one. And so now that we'll have a group of people, listen, it's about to be fun. I'm going to make this fun, but I want you to really get your brands to a place where you understand who you are, what you do, and why you're doing it in such a strong way that it helps push you to your next level and push you to your next thing. The next thing that you're doing, and where God takes you next in business. But you have to have clarity. Thank you, LaShawn. You have to have clarity. It is so important for you to have clarity. And if you've ever worked with me or been in one of my sessions in any type of way, you know that I will tap in and we will get it in, and God is good and he does what he does for us. So listen, it is time for you to do what you've been called to do. You know, the link is on my page. I will make sure I post the link in this live. Listen, guys, it's time to level up. It's time to do what we've been called to do effectively, like these big businesses. Stop running your small business like a small business. If you see it and run it like a small business, it will stay minute forever. I need you to visualize your business in a bigger and better way and understand that you have it in you. All right, guys. Love you. Talk to you soon. Thank you.